I went through it real quick when I was trying to listen to it. I couldn't heard him say, like, this would be this area here, but I didn't know if it was before okay. But we'll see. Next time. Thanks.
Let me call the meeting to order and do the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Oh, go there. Can you please call the roll?
Mr. Brodsky?
Here.
Mr. Cora?
Present.
Mrs. Drury? Here. Ms. Dean? Here. Mr. Montani? Mrs. Sexton? Here. Mrs. Trainer? Here. Mr. Olinger? Dr. Marion?
Present. Thank you. Public comments on agenda items. Mr. Olson.
We'd like to invite any resident or taxpayer of Chartiers Valley School District who wishes to address the board, please sign in. Come with your state name and address. And we appreciate your interest. Please keep your comments to 3 minutes.
Marlena Gerke?
Good evening. I'm Marlena Gerking, 33 Gianthia Drive, Scott Township. Two things on the 7.2 Flexible Instruction Days Plan 2024-2025. I would like to voice my desire as a parent who cannot work from home to see the phase out of FIDs. In the past year, we had 2 questionable days due to FID with great disruption. I would like to get us back to the metrics that determined a full snow day or a delayed start or early dismissal. And then on policy 7.21, administrative regulation for policy 002 in section 4, I would like to see the language changed from should to shall. At this point, there is no reason for school board members to move about within the school and accompany. I think we mentioned before that Scouts has moved to double, the coverage, so kids are not exposed to adults alone. This should be no different for school board members. There's always somebody available in administration to accompany the school board members. That's all I have. Thank you.
Samantha Fulmer? Good evening. Samantha Fulmer, 1452 Green Tree Road, Scott. I have 2 comments for this evening. My first comment is in regard to item 7.4, the HR report. I am standing in front of you tonight to express my deep concern regarding the recent resignations of several administrators within our district. Since February, there have been 5 resignations from administrators, including the superintendent, the director of transportation, the director of facilities and grounds, the primary school assistant principal, and the middle school assistant principal, along with our board/superintendent secretary. The departure of these key leaders raises significant questions about the current state of our school system and its impact on our students, teachers, and community. Effective leadership is critical to maintaining a high-quality educational environment. The loss of experienced administrators can lead to instability, disrupt ongoing projects, and negatively affect staff morale. I urge the board and its solicitor to investigate the underlying causes of these resignations and take immediate steps to address any systemic issues that may be contributing to this troubling trend. The community is hearing word of harassment, bullying, and a toxic work environment, which makes these resignations even more alarming. Transparent communication with parents, teachers, and the community is essential during this period of transition. We need reassurance proactive measures to ensure that our schools remain safe, supportive, and academically rigorous. The community appreciates your attention to this urgent matter. We look forward to your prompt response and action, and will be looking for an update at the next meeting. My second comment tonight is in regard to item 7.19, landscape weed control. I would like to express my concerns and seek clarification regarding the agenda item tonight to vote to approve a herbicide treatment that has apparently already been applied to the school grounds. This situation raises serious questions about the transparency and procedural integrity of our school board. It is perplexing that signs from the vendor clearly stating that the treatment was performed earlier this month on May 7th were found on the school property. This evidence directly contradicts previous statements made by the school board president, who asserted that the work had not yet been done. This procedural irregularity undermines public trust and calls into question the board's adherence to proper governance protocols. I urge the board to provide full explanation of these actions and to ensure all future decisions are made with transparency and in accordance with established procedures. Our community deserves honesty and clarity from its leaders. And I do have photographs of the signs from Team Turf, if anyone would like to see them.
Okay, I'd like to announce that we had an executive session prior to this public meeting and on Wednesday, May 22nd, 2024, to discuss personnel, legal, and safety matters. On to recognitions, Mrs. Tracy.
We do have a few recognitions this evening. First, I want to start with 4 of our high school students earned seats at the Pennsylvania Music Educators Association, the MEA, for the 2024 All-State Festival Ensembles from a series of competitive auditions. The festival took place in Erie with performances at the Historic Warner Theater. So congratulations to all those students who I believe are here with us this evening. It was a complete free, if not all 4 are here. Wesley Match, Jr., All-State Concert Band and Percussion. Next is Maddie Chocho, a senior, All-State Wind Ensemble, clarinet. Renee
County breast cancer for a year and recently found out she has 7 patients on her. The funds raised to help her at this fundraiser, purchase for her family and her for this tough time. Next, we look at the girls lacrosse. After a successful season, the girls advanced to the Olympic Championship. The team faced Mars on Thursday, May 23rd, and unfortunately lost 6-14. Now looking at track and field, after placing third at the post, Nami proudly headed to the AIAA Championship, which took place this past weekend, May 24th and 25th. Nami placed 8th in the boys' AAA pole vaulting championships. In addition to Nami, there were 12 other qualifiers who made it to the fields for track and field. Next, we look at girls softball. School competed with Blackhawk this evening for third place in the Olympic Championship. If the team accomplishes a win this evening, we will go on to compete at states. To close this month, we go to baseball, where after an amazing season, the team lost against TJ in the second round of the Olympic Locals. Congratulations to all the teams on an amazing spring season, and we can't wait to see the next year brings for CDI. Thank you all for your time this evening, and this year it's been my pleasure to serve on the board for a second. I hope to return next year, and we'll have you again, and thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Good luck. Okay, so this is good report. Anything to do for this evening?
Nothing for the public meeting, we didn't have executive session for discuss matters.
Okay, on to the informational agenda. I think this is something we already discussed, Chad, unless you have something new. Mr. Oliver, Pathfinder School.
Yeah, this month, is celebrating their talent show. People that were did various things from dance and song to acting. We also had a wiffle ball tournament where they played the sister schools, North Valley and Sunrise. There were 60 staff and students from another park helping to organize the games. 15, 17 was Steve Wood. 2017 was the prom. We also had Fun Day on May 31st, and then June 5th was Pathfinder graduation, and June 6th is the last day of school.
Mrs. Trainer, AMU.
Yes, among other things, we have a presentation from our Family Centers and Community Connections Program, which has recently been awarded the Blue status for EHR Development Award. And good news report that our Head Start Early Childhood Classroom Center should be opening up in mid-June. So that would be an actual working classroom as well as an instructional space to develop early childhood teachers. And I wanted to go back to 4.2 there, the grant inventory report, and just thank everyone who's involved in the writings of all of these grants. I know it is a tedious process, because everybody says, oh, just write a grant for that. It's really involved, and the amount of money that people who contribute brought into the district is outstanding. So thank you very much for all your hours for that.
Mr. Shore, for
Yes, Parkway. We had graduation last week, Wednesday, at South Bay High School. They were so gracious to host the event this year. They have a very large facility, and we kind of overran it this year. One of the largest graduations we ever had. So the board, we're talking about looking for some venue next year. There was, I think they hold 1,200, 1,500 people. And that's not counting the students. So it was a wonderful graduation. Chartiers Valley had the most, by the way, and every one of them was just, they just did a nice job. Also, Parkway built what they call, I'm sure you're all familiar with the tiny house. Well, I gotta phrase it, we sold it for, no, we gave it to Camp Freedom. They raffled it off. They got $80,000. They gave it back to Parkway. They gave a house to a needy family. So they did a very nice thing. So it was nice. Our audit report was sensational, was great, and we approved salaries for staff, security, workforce, paraprofessional, and administrative assistants. Very smooth. We got the money. It was great. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. On to action discussion.
Oh, one other thing. Yeah, if you would, I see we have a very fine ex-board member in the audience. We would like to welcome you. Nice to see you, Julie.
Thank you.
She was on the board with us. She was a wonderful board member.
Oh,
Thank you. Okay, so may I have a motion to approve the board meeting minutes for April 9th, 2024, and April 23rd, 2024? Motion made by Mr. Olson, second by Mr. Montani. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? The motion passes. 7.2. We have a motion to approve the flexible instruction days plan for 2024, 2025. Motion made by Mr. Ollinger. May I have a second? Second by Mr. Montani. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? The motion passes. May I have a motion to approve the middle school student council and dance group travel request?
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Montani, second by Mr. Chor. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? The motion passes. May I have a motion to approve the human resources report, excuse me, for May 28th, 2024?
so moved.
Motion made by Mrs. Trainer, second by Mr. Ollinger. Any discussion on these items? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? The motion passes. May I have a motion to approve the primary school PTG facilities modification request? Motion made by Mr. Ollinger, second by Mr. Montani. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? The motion passes. May I have a motion to accept the donation of $200 to the intermediate school library on behalf of Karen Krasnitsky and in memory of Janice Ackberry, who was a teacher in the Chartiers Valley School District for many years. Motion made by Mr. Ollinger, second by Mr. Chora. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? The motion passes. May I have a motion to accept the awarded food service equipment grant in the amount of $38,716 for the purchase of a gas and tomato pizza oven for the high school. Motion made by Mr. Ollinger, second by Mr. Montani. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? The motion passes. May I have a motion to approve the 2024-2025 agreement to sell meals to AIU Head Start, AIU Free Comprehensive Services Agreement, and Waterfront Learning Services Agreement?
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Ollinger, second by Mr. Chora. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? The motion passes. May I have a motion to approve the 2024-2025 IU1 Educational Services Agreement? Motion made by Mr. Ollinger, second by Mr. Montani. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? We're not there yet. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
That's a best brain.
Yeah, the next one's broken. Yeah, that's fine. Anybody opposed to the last motion? Okay, the motion passes.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
All opposed.
Okay. Now, may I have a motion to approve the 2024-2025 proposed administrative budget of the South Central Area Special Schools Jointure, which is known as Pathfinder. This will need to be a roll call vote. Motion made by Mr. Ollinger, second by Mr. Chora. Split here.
Mr. Brodsky?
Yes.
Mr. Chor?
Absolutely.
Mrs. Drury? Mrs. King? Yes.
Mayor.
Yes. The motion passes. May I have a motion to approve payments, including charter schools, in the amount of $6,462,284.06. Motion made by Mr. Olinger. May I have a second? Second by Mr. Marquardt. All in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed? The motion passes. May I have a motion to approve the May 2024 construction payments report? Motion made by Mr. Olinger, second by Mr. Chora. All in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed? The motion passes. May I have a motion to approve Hotstep Spec Motor and Wood LLP to conduct auditing services for the 2023-2024 school year at $27,000 and 2024-2025 at $27,800 and 2025-2026 at $28,600 and a one-year option to extend at $29,500. Motion made by Mr. Olinger. May I have a second? Second by Mrs. Trainer. All in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed? The motion passes.
Nice these people are local too.
It's a reasonable amount of money. May I have a motion to approve Penn fencing to remove and install a fence at the intermediate school and finish the home bleacher fence at the high school stadium in the amount of $9,000. Motion made by Mr. Olinger. May I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Chora. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? The motion passes. May I have a motion to approve Scala Concrete to provide a concrete floor in the building underneath the high school bleachers in the amount of $7,350. Motion made by Mr. Olinger. May I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Chora. All in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed? The motion passes. May I have a motion to approve Scala Concrete to provide concrete work and 2 catch basins at the bottom of the primary school driveway and rear entry to the school bus parking lot in the amount of $6,400. Motion made by Mr. Montani, second by Mr. Olinger. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? The motion passes. May I have a motion to approve Scala Concrete to provide concrete work in the high school at door number 45 to the curb in the amount of $4,000? Motion made by Mr. Montani, second by Mr. Olinger. All in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed? The motion passes. May I have a motion to approve Industrial Electric Corporation to provide electrician services to provide lighting under the high school stadium bleachers and to run an electrical line to the press box area in the amount of $2,840. Motion made by Mr. Olinger. May I have a second? Second by Ms. Dean. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? The motion passes. May I have a motion to approve Team Turf to provide licensing weed control to the school campuses in the IS playing fields in the amount of $4,821.
So moved.
Motion made by Mr. Chora. May I have a second? Second by Ms. Dean.
So can we have some clarification if this was done before approval or not?
I can address that.
Yeah.
There was a misunderstanding, I apologize. There will be 3 applications over the summer. They did start at the primary school, and I stopped it as soon as I found out they didn't finish the application. They were on the premises of the intermediate school in the spot. So the applications will be in now, and we'll have our students here.
Thank you, Pat.
I think there was a misunderstanding between me, Mr. Salinger, and the company. They would start before board approval. So, I got straightened out as soon as I knew they were there.
All in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed? So the motion passes. Yeah. Mr. Olinger. May I have a motion to approve a resolution supporting the public school facilities grant through the Commonwealth Financing Authority in the amount of $3,967,000 for the intermediate school roof replacement?
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Montani, second by Mr. Chora. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed? The motion passes. Everybody did.
Steve, Mark Hubert, and, we work with, a roofing consultant to help us with these tests. They may vary badly, so that means you're done. No,
No.
this means we are applying, we did the resolution to prove to the funder that we're gonna fall through this.
Because remember, when we talked about this a few months ago, the government will pay 75% and we'll pay the 25%. But they need the authority that we're actually gonna go through with it if they get the grant. So they spent a lot of time, writing this grant, so hopefully it goes through because this building needs addressed. So we did the motions?
Yeah.
Okay. So all in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? The motion passes. May I have a motion to approve the administrative regulations, AR, for board policy 002, outlining board visitation of schools? Motion made by Mrs. Trainer, may I have a second? Second by Mrs. Sexton. All in favor?
Press a roll call vote for this.
Okay. Roll call.
Mr. Ruski?
No.
Mr. Chora?
No.
Mrs. Rory? Ms. Heen? No. Mr. Montani?
Yes.
Mrs. Sexton?
Yes.
Mrs. Trainer?
Yes.
Mr. Olinger?
No.
Dr. Mariano?
No. So the motion fails. On to public comments on non-agenda items. Mr. Oliver.
So if any resident or taxpayer would like to address the board for non-agenda items, you sign in, please, come to the podium, state your name and address, and you have 3 minutes.
Thad Lockland?
Tad Lachlan, 123 McLean Drive, Collier Township. Thank you. I'm here tonight to speak on behalf of, as an advocate for our track and field and cross-country teams. As Brady mentioned earlier, we had a successful season this year. Numerous students achieving personal records, qualifying for Olympics, and some qualifying for states. This program is a great program. My daughter, who is currently running an IPP, has participated in that program. My son is currently a junior, participating in both cross-country and track and field. This program is suffering, as witnessed by the attendance of the numbers. We don't largely state that's because of the lack of facility that we've had for the last 2 years. The teams have gone 2 years now without practicing, two straight seasons. One because the track that was installed was unsafe, and most recently because it was no track. And obviously our cross-country team had nowhere to formally practice this past season as well because of the construction. I've reached out to several board members, I've reached out to the AD, and I've reached out to our coach, and it's concerning to me that there's been, no one can provide an update. Everyone's saying there's been some delays, there's been numerous rumors out there about the condition of the field, the condition of the pre-work that's been on the track, and I'm just calling for some clarification for the board to find out what's exactly going on. Are we going to be able to have a fall season with our cross-country team? Are we going to be able to practice in the summer? It's just my concern that this is going to get swept under the rug. Football season's going to start, and again, track will take the back seat, and we're going to waste another year of not having that facility. So I guess my call is just for an update.
I mean, I'll give you that update. Obviously, you deserve it, but this is for everyone. The construction there is in litigation for what has been done. It is not safe to run track. The plan is to have the construction company football field and a stadium that is worthy of use and legal to ensure. You'll notice now we cannot have graduation on the home side because it's not safe to go up those or on those stands. So graduation will be on the visitor side with chairs also on the field and on the track. But the plan is to get this done before football season. That's what is on track. There are different paths that I can't get into, but in the end, it needs to happen before the first football.
Appreciate it. The track program, the cross-country program, has meant a great deal to me personally, not only for the success of my children athletically, but also for their confidence. It's a great program, whether or not you're a great runner or a fair runner, or a great thrower or a fair thrower. The camaraderie, the teammanship is great, and I just hate to see the program so.
Sure, yeah.
Thank you.
And just to also, some of the other items on there won't necessarily be done like we've discussed in previous board meetings. The parking lot is like a death trap, and so is this parking lot. So the intention would be at some time to also fix those items. But the main thing is what the students use, and that would be the track, the stands, and the field. So hopefully it'll be done.
Thank you.
Miriam Hooker?
Hello, Miriam Hooker, 2043 Swallow Hill Court, Scott Township. I just wanted to bring to attention the board the recent Pittsburgh Business Times article that showed again Chartiers Valley is lowering the rankings of the standardized test scores. I've talked about this in front of the board in previous years. As a parent that has removed my child from the district to go to private school because of the core curriculum that CV offers, I just want to encourage the board to, have really frank discussions with the administration that out of 109 public schools and charter schools in southwestern PA, CV is ranked 60th Keystone standardized test scores, and I feel like it's going to ultimately decrease the value of the school district, the value of people wanting to move here because they want their kids to get the best education. I think it's a hard benchmark to work on, but I think it's important for that discussion to be made amongst administrators and teachers of how we can improve this score to be more competitive with school districts in our area, because ultimately it's only going to negatively affect the children, their ability to get recruited, and ultimately succeed if they're not being educated, in an appropriate manner. So I just encourage the board to look into that further. Thank you.
Thank you. Bethany Ward? Printer wasn't working, so. Okay. Hi, Bethany Ward, 82 Clearview Drive. I spoke to you last month about the need for more school counselors in our elementary schools, and I would like to do so again tonight. Imagine a child timid and struggling with anxiety, stepping into a loud school, feeling unsure about their place among 800 other students. Or a 6-year-old boy where every face, every room, every smell, every custom is completely foreign. No one speaks his language, and he has most certainly faced frightening circumstances to get here. Now imagine a 10-year-old girl sitting in class feeling like her world is shattered because of the abuse and instability she experiences at home from the adults who are supposed to be her protectors. These students walk into our buildings every single day, not to mention the ones who play alone, are missing a loved one, floundering with an undiagnosed learning disability, or grappling with their parents' divorce. We've all heard the saying, be kind, because you never know what someone is battling, and that is even true for our youngest students. We can't always change their hard circumstances, but we can teach them the emotional skills they need in order to thrive in spite of their hard circumstances. Here are a couple statistics about emotional year-long study of 450 boys found that IQ had little relation to life success. The most significant predictor was being able to handle frustration, control emotion, and get along with other people. Another study followed 80 scientists over the course of 40 years and found that social and emotional abilities were 4 times more important than IQ in determining success. There should be no doubt that success and emotional and social well-being are intrinsically linked. Our students need to be taught emotional intelligence just like they learn their math facts and their ABCs. When so many students' emotional needs go unmet, as they do in CD because of our high ratios, learning is disrupted for all students. And this is happening daily in our schools, compounding to create an environment of chaos and stress for every student, every teacher, every administrator, and every specialist. The social emotional needs of our students have grown to the size of a swimming pool, and we are attempting to fill it with a teaspoon. Test scores, that's a big indicator right there. Numerous studies have proven that schools with adequate ratios of school counselors have higher academic achievement, higher test scores, lower absenteeism, and improved student behavior. I will never stop reminding this community that one school counselor for 800 or 900 students, especially at these young ages, is not acceptable. Thank you. Carrie Tenney.
Good evening. Brady, I just want to tell you, softball won. We're going to states. My name is Carrie Tenney, and I live at 368 Monteverdi Drive in Collier Township. I'm speaking to you as a resident, a parent of 2 students here at Chartiers Valley, and a teacher for the last 20 years at this district. Also, I'm an elected official of Chartiers Valley Federation of Teachers. The Federation has been advocating for hiring the teachers due to class size for the last few years. But for tonight, I want to make sure that everyone is aware that the CVFT 100% endorses the additional permanent school counselor hiring at both the primary school and intermediate school for 2024-25 school year and beyond. Chartiers Valley Administration and School Board, this position will provide critical and valuable academic, career, and emotional support by bringing the current ratio of about 800 to 1 down to about 400 to 1. Lastly, I want to speak to you by not raising taxes. By not raising taxes here at Chartiers Valley, the students are suffering because they're not getting the help that they desperately need. Consequently, we will continue to face a budget deficit that could potentially lead to program and/or staff cuts. If the budget is passed, as it is next school board meeting, it could lead to an unpredictable future for Chartiers Valley.
Carmela Kraft.
Hello, Carmela Kraft, 122 Knox Street, Sky Township, PA. So, like Mr. Loughlin, I was just I'm a parent that's involved with my kids' extracurricular activities. I think that sort of helps to lend a focus to some of the deficiencies that we have. And I was just calling to inquire about 3 items that I know were already part of pre-existing phase 2 reconstruction. So the one was the track, which of course is, you gave your answer with regards to that. Just to emphasize, that's really important. It's not just important for the start of the football season day 1, it's important for all of the fall sports day 1. Number 2, what's the status of the decking replacement at the swimming pool, as well as the abhorrent conditions of the locker rooms there? And then number 3, the auditorium rigging, which is an unsafe environment for what's utilized on a daily basis, as well as for most performance activities at every level within the district. So those were the 3 things that I was inquiring about.
Is that I believe the pool, they're working or they're finishing up, underneath the gym, leveling everything. And then, there'll be a process of how we do construction inside, versus how we do outside.
Matt Hansen.
Matt Hanson, 367 Rockview Road. I'm here to talk about the track, like my other partners here. I understand that there are litigation that slows things down. There are other recourses that can certainly take place. Progress can be made in a protest. We can pull bonds with a lot of alternative schooling. It's truly done this fall. That's great. If it's not, I think serious consideration needs to be taken into account in terms of the alternative solutions. This year did not work at all. There were bus drivers that were not available on the days that were scheduled to utilize other facilities. When there was a bus driver available, there was at least one example where that bus driver dropped the students off and left, was unavailable for the coaches to contact, and all of the kids were left in the downpour. There's also very little alternative sites that they can even go to. Most of them they can't get access to until after 7 o'clock. Puts them home around 9:30 at night, and this is in the early spring. And fall, daylight hours will be late. A lot of facilities don't have lights to take advantage of that, so again, it limits so many alternatives for the coaching staff to work with. In this past spring, I really believe the athletic department was a bystander to all of this. They were not communicating any of this information to the boosters. They're not communicating even to the coaches. The coaches did an amazing job. They did their best, but they were left with almost no alternatives to make a workable season given these constraints. The other thing I would say is if there is a pause and we can still get this done, the current design is entirely unsafe. The jumping pits for the long jump land near the finish line. If you've ever been to a track meet, sand sprays. You're spraying sand all over the start line, which is where most of the grip is necessary. You're going to have athletes slip and fall at the shot, at the starting gun, and it's a problem. There's no need for it. They could be reversed. They could be looked at in a different way. I think a competent design professional will be able to understand that. I would please talk to your coaching staff, get their input on the layout, because I don't think they would be aligned with what's currently planned. And lastly, I'll say, please update the website. We've got a whole construction page that you can convey this information. We maybe wouldn't even be here if we knew that the project was on schedule for the fall. The designs that are there are inaccurate. They're not the final designs. They're rough guesses, early schematic. Shouldn't be a big ask to keep the website up to date with what's going on this year.
Okay, I'd like to announce that our next workshop board meeting is June 11th, 2024. I have a motion to adjourn. Motion made by Ms. Heaney, seconded by Mr. Montani. All in favor? Aye. Have a good evening.